Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Network as we get ready for the second half between the Golden Eagles and the Lady Lions. You see some of the first half stats there. The Golden Eagles jumped out to a 15-point lead really to start that second quarter, but the Lady Lions doing a good job of cutting that lead to just 6 as they enter halftime. The stats really tipping in favor of John Brown, as the score suggests. That 24% from three, not typical of this Golden Eagles team. And of course, the Lady Lions only shooting 18% from the three-point line. The Lady Lions doing a good job of cutting the rebounds in their favor as Amadou entered the game there close to the halfway mark in the second quarter and really fought hard for every single rebound and really started this comeback trail. And it looks like the Lady Lions are going to start with the people they originally started the game in Glenn, Martin, Rich, Diggles, and Colbert. And John Brown gets the opening possession here in the second half. Kicking it out to Sarah Williams, looking for Dynas. Back out to Williams, swinging it around. Here is Shamel, who hit a couple big threes in that first half. Shamel driving, gets fouled by Lexi Rich. And that is going to be Rich's second foul of the game early here in quarter number 3. Bailey Cameron, a good move down low, can't convert the layup. Rebound by Diggles. Colbert up ahead, leading the charge, kicks it over to Glenn. Down low to Diggles. Diggles cannot handle that pass, and it goes out of bounds. And the Lady Lions' first offensive possession results in a turnover. Not what you want if you want to start cutting into this lead like they did to end that second quarter.
Yeah, that was just mishandling the ball. It was actually a good entry pass. Could have softened it up with a bounce pass, but still, I like where they were going with that.
Bailey Cameron driving baseline, kicks it out to Shamel. Wide open three is long, and a rebound.
That was Dines. And then Shamel with a miss, got an offensive rebound. And this is the absolute necessity in correction that needs to be made by the Lions, is limiting these offensive rebounds. The Lady Eagles are just dominating the offensive boards.
Diggles looking for that mid-range jumper. No, not there for her. Here's Lexi Rich, cuts, gets the scoop layup, foul. No, they're going to call a travel on Lexi Rich. She's not. Yeah,
and if maybe as you see now, what happened there is Dottie Diggles had brought her man down to the box, which was okay because she was setting up for the entry pass, but Lexi Rich didn't read it, and she continued and ran right into the double team.
Sarah Williams with the ball. Out to Dynas. Dynas driving with the left hand. Layup is good.
She is so good. And that left hand, very strong. She could use both hands, but very strong on her left side.
Kimmy Dynas, 5 points on the day now, and she hit a 3 in that second quarter. Lexi Rich, who hasn't scored since the first shot made of the day for the Lady Lions. She hit a 3 to start the game. Hasn't taken many shots. No-look pass to the corner. Mackenzie Martin is good. Kenzie Martin taking the no-look pass from Lexi Rich, getting a three-pointer to fall.
And hopefully she can turn that around from a terrible shooting first half to now she's starting off great in the second half.
Colbert with the big steal, kicks it out to Martin. Martin for 3 again. Is good. Kenzie Martin cutting the lead to 2 and on fire coming out of halftime.
That was a perfect setup because she had just made the one in the corner, still had the feeling. And when you're a shooter, it's all about the rhythm and feeling the ball and the release there. And it was just a few seconds between those shots. So her percentage just in confidence was going to help her percentage go up there.
Give credit to Ebony Colbert again for
took the defensive player down and created a very wide open look for Kenzie Martin. And as we were saying earlier in the first half, she is deadly from the perimeter. She just couldn't find it at all. And credit to the Lady Eagles defense. They were playing great defense on her.
Hits her second 3 in a row, her 3rd for the game. 11 points now for Kenzie Martin. Here is Schammel, guarded by Rich. Now just a 2-point game. Schammel kicking it out, going to get called for a travel as it looked a little odd on the gather there. And another turnover for JBU. Here you see Schammel going to her left. And I guess it looked awkward enough to...
Yeah, that was not a violation of any shape or form. Just got a bad call there.
And a turnover by the Lady Lions gives it right back. Down low now. Left-handed hook shot, no good off the hand of Presley Reese. And the Lady Lions have a chance to tie or take the lead. Lexi Rich wants the lead, and the 3-point lead is just long. And here comes John Brown. Long pass ahead looking for Bailey Cameron.
Lady Lions getting very fortunate in these last few series because JBU looking disorganized and just out of sync, making bad passes and bad decisions, and giving the Lady Lions an opportunity. And they are seizing the moment, especially with those 2 shots by Kenzie Martin. All they need to do is just really run a good set, a good offensive set, and get a good look.
Lexi Rich with it now, looking to go baseline, cuts it off, makes a move, cuts to the basket, layup is up and in, and the Lady Lions have tied it up after being down 15 in that second quarter. Have done a good job to play defense and make some shots and come back, chip away at the lead, and now tie it up at 27 apiece. Dynas kicks it out, 3-point attempt on the way, no good. Rebound tipped over to Martin, and here comes Lexi Rich. SAGU can have their first lead since early in that first quarter. Colbert cutting to the lane, loses control for a second, tries to get a shot up, it's blocked. She's able to bring it back in, but a foul called over there on the sideline.
Reaching in, just
Sarah Williams.
Yeah, and she knew it right away.
Ebony Colbert doing a good job of scrapping and fighting for this ball. Now you see the foul on the sidelines again by Williams.
Can't slap at the ball. You got to go for it and grab it. Just can't make ambiguous slaps at the ball.
Oh, good move by Lexi Rich. Lost her defender for a moment. Now she gets double teamed. If they can just work it around, Kenzie Martin is open in the corner, and they do find her. 3 on the way from Martin. No good. Lexi Rich fighting for it, trying to get the tip rebound. But John Brown gets it and is now in transition. Still a tie game, 27 all. Dynas in the corner. Down low, layup is up and good. They found Jordan Martin down low, and she's able to convert.
Good power move by Martin there.
An opportunity that they missed a couple of times there in the second half of that second quarter, which really allowed SAGU to come back. Kenzie Martin looking down low to Diggles. Diggles kicks it out to Colbert. Colbert is able to bring that pass in. Has a taller defender on there. Here's Lexi Rich, kicks it over the corner. Kiara Glenn can hit that shot. Glenn's shot too long. Good rebound by Diggles. Here is Rich. Over in the corner for Martin. Martin gets fouled by Cameron Bailey. Oh, no, he's going to call an offensive foul on Kenzie Martin.
Probably a moving pick here. Let's see.
On Lexi Rich.
Well, she wasn't moving.
That's her third foul, second here in the quarter, and she's going to sit for a little bit as Sydney Meter checks into the game. Down low, Bailey tried to find Martin, but a good job. Here is Sydney Meter, who's played well in this game. Maybe not on the scoreboard, but she's played good defense and has facilitated the ball well. Glenn cutting to the basket. Good move by Kiara Glenn. Too strong on the layup, and that is a big missed shot for the Lady Lions. They needed that one. Here is Martin. Out to the top of the key. Three-pointer up is up and no good. Kenzie Martin with the rebound.
And again, the Lady Lions just allowing the Lady Eagles to shoot wide open three-point shots, and that is not going to fare well in the long run because we know JBU can convert those perimeter shots from long distance very, very accurately.
Sydney Meter, good defense, and forces a miss. The up and under layup from Fergan is no good. And here's Ebony Colbert slowing it down just a little bit. This quarter has flown by. 3:20 left to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, not a whole lot of stoppage and just a lot of misses by both teams.
Colbert kicking it to the corner, looking for Martin. Martin has shot well here in the third quarter, but tipped in a turnover. Here is Dynas. Dumps it off. And fortunately for John Brown, ends up in the hands of Christina, but she tries to get a shot up and it's blocked.
And here, watch the patience and good location of the ball and a swat.
Dottie Diggles with the block. Chandra inbounds it. Quick three on the way, and it's good. Good shot that time by Rosa Orpo to take the inbound pass
and again,
knock down the three.
Wide open in the three. Gotta find an answer. Lady Lions defense is just porous around the perimeter.
Ebony Colbert driving baseline, looking maybe to try to find Martin in the corner, or rather Meter in the corner. Resets, here is Meter. Guarded by Chandra. Good job to get to the basket. Can't convert the layup. And SAGU has missed a couple of easy shots in a row here. And now John Brown in transition. Quick pull up from Chandra is no good. Rebound Diggles. And that's a good stop that time by the Lady Lions, as you kind of just felt the momentum meter shifting in favor of John Brown.
Yeah, and that was a great move by Meter. I think nothing went wrong other than she just didn't convert, but take that every time, and I think she converts most of those.
Here is Glenn. Stops on a dime, pulls up, and it's good. Hits that mid-range jumper. 32-29, three-point differential in favor of John Brown. Chandra gets it down low, tries to go down low, swatted away by Martin. Driving, kicks it out to Chandra, now guarded by Ebony Colbert. Good defense cutting off that lane from Chandra. She's going to turn around and shoot it anyway and gets the roll, and it falls.
Well, Chandra is such a good player, very selfless, and really integrates well, does a good job playing her role, but she could step up at any time. I think she might be potentially the best scorer on this team if they give the ball to her more. She's very accurate.
Kick out to Colbert, three-point no good, brought down by Meter. Kiara Glenn kicks it out to Colbert again. Colbert driving to the basket, layup up, no good. Diggles fighting for the rebound. And there's going to be a foul called. I believe it's going to go against John Brown. Indeed it is. It's going to be on Luis Christina.
And right here, if you'll see, Dottie Diggles goes up. She's got to be very careful. She did go straight up and got the possession there, and that's what helped her, where the other defensive player grabbed her arm, but she is going to have to be very careful with 3 fouls not to get a cheap over the back call.
Inbound to Meter, a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Turnaround jumper is good. Sydney Meter providing a spark off the bench, has 4 points, but has also played fantastic defense late in that second quarter and so far here in the third, in place of Lexi Rich again, who's got 3 fouls. And there's Meter again. Great defense causing the turnover.
And this is what this is the lineup change that we saw Coach Phillips go with in the second quarter that really started turning this around. And it's no surprise to see her back in with this crew because they played such great defense. And this defense is beginning to stimulate more fast break opportunities and leading to more points. They're only down 3 right now.
SAGU keeps possession, fortunately, as Chandra was able to come down with that ball, but she comes down out of bounds. SAGU's got 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Actually, they're going to reward a new shot clock, as they're going to say Chandra had possession going down out of bounds. Kiara Glenn takes in the inbound pass, pick set by Amedu. And looking for Martin. Martin just could not bring it in. The pass was a little awkward. Kind of was down at her knees, but a big turnover here for John Brown. John Brown looking to set up the offense. Christina gets it out to Fergan. Fergan contested 3 is good. Taylor Fergan.
What a great, just confident shot there. Shot over her taller player and just great form.
Meadow kicks it out to Meter. Meter looking to get it back to Glenn, and another turnover. And the Lady Lions falling apart here towards the end of this third quarter. A 6-point lead now for John Brown after SAGU fought back to tie it up early in the quarter. Long shot to beat the buzzer is no good. And John Brown's going to go into quarter number 4 leading 37-31. Tight contested game here, John.
Well, you know, the Lady Lions have done a good job. That was a null quarter there. Kind of came into it down 6, leaving down 6. So this fourth quarter is going to be, they have to expend all their energy on the defensive end, try to create some steals and get some easy fast break points. I don't think you're going to be able to lean on just trading 3-point shots with a team like JBU. So you've got to create your own momentum, and that's going to really come off of great defense.
And here you see looking on the Wayland Baptist and Mac Yugi. And Wayland Baptist, the Flying Queens, have jumped out to a 13-point lead as they are in the third quarter. But Wayland Baptist, just year after year, just always seems to be competitive, always seems to be very good in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And that looks to be the case in this season as well. No different.
They have one of the best women's head coaches in all of America, and they are always going to be competitive. That's a very, very competitive program in the Flying Queens.
Back here in Waxahachie, the Lady Lions coming into quarter number 4. Again, down 37-31 as Coach Phillips talking to her team, trying to get them coached up here, cutting into this lead. And as we enter this fourth quarter, you got to think possibly the scoring has got to come from Kenzie Martin. She had the hot hand there in the third quarter.
She did, and didn't get a lot of opportunities after that. Only one more opportunity after those 2 that she made.
Here's another one. Kenzie Martin 3 is up, and it's good as we're talking about it.
On cue.
She makes us look good as we talk about Kenzie Martin.
Well, that's because we do look good.
Driving now is Dynas, kicks it out, working it around. Here's Bailey Cameron for 3. No good, hits nothing as it's an air ball, and the Lady Lions get a stop after the 3-point shot is made by Kenzie Martin. And now just a 3-point lead. And
I think that was very reactionary on JBU's part, just trying to match the 3-point shot instead of getting down into what they have shown to be a very good half-set offense. They need not get away with that if they want to keep this game under control.
Sarah Williams with the steal. Bailey Cameron guarded by Amadou. Here is Orpo guarded by Martin, who again just hit that 3-pointer. Dynas over to Cameron, over to Williams, down low to Dynas. Good cut and good pass, and that is good offense set up by the Golden Eagles.
I tell you what, if I'm Coach Soderquist, I'm going to that play every time. The Lady Lions haven't proven that they can stop that, and they get that entry pass and that over-the-top cut every time they do it. So I'm going to, that should be a bread and butter play against the Lady Lions.
A foul called on Sarah Williams as Sydney Meter was looking to drive to the paint and possibly kick it out. You'll see it here. Jabs one way, and a reach-in call on Williams. And the Lady Lions keep possession plus a new shot clock. Taylor Sims doing the inbound and gets it out to Ebony Colbert. Taking a long 3 is up, no good. Amidou fighting for the rebound and brings it down. Out to Meter, good job. Amidou has just been so physical down low, fighting for each and every rebound. Colbert driving, stopping, getting it out to Taylor Sims, down low to Meter. Cutting baseline, down to Amidou.
Great
pass from Sydney Meter. Finds Ava Amidou and cuts his lead back down to 3. Three-point attempt from Bailey Cameron is up, no good. And SAGU's been fortunate. They've left this shot open almost all game, and John Brown has not converted.
Yeah, John Brown still finding it troublesome to shoot that and convert it, although they could get hot very quick.
Sarah Williams up ahead. Kicking it out to Dynas. Dynas guarded by Meter, who's played very well. And Martin,
great defense.
Good defense down
over
low.
the top.
Kenzie Martin showing that she can get it down low in the paint on defense. Taylor Sims bringing it up. Over to Amidu. Sims looking for somebody, tries to go cross court with it. It gets tipped and stolen away. And here comes Janice Schammel. Martin on defense. Layup is no good. Good job by Kenzie Martin to keep her hands in check, but Ebony Colbert could not handle that and almost gets a turnover. Does Janice Schammel. Here's Sims. Kicks it out to Martin. Martin driving, gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line here. Kenzie Martin showing she can do a little bit more than just shoot the three.
Yeah, and I like that attack position from Kenzie Martin. It keeps the defense honest. And she shoots a lot of threes, so it's easy to just kind of guess that, oh, well, she's only going to shoot threes. So now she's beginning to keep the defensive honest. And that will pay off in the long run because they're going to have to take a step back away and might create a little opening for her to get a good three-point shot down into the future.
16.6 rebounds for Kenzie Martin after that trip to the free throw line. Good pass down low. Janice Schammel gets the layup, and there you call it. Call that play every time.
Every time. I don't know why when they come down in their half-court set, they're not running that play every time because the Lady Lions have not proven they could stop it.
Turnover for the Lady Lions is actually going to turn into a jump ball. It will be John Brown ball, but the Lady Lions look sloppy there on that possession. Going to be a timeout.
Timeout, SAGU.
By SAGU.
Full timeout. So it's going to be a good 60-second rest here for both teams. Coming down the stretch of this game, just under 7 minutes left to go in this quarter, the game, and it's a very. This is no way to call this game yet. JBU has proven that they're in a little bit of a slump and things are not falling very easy. They also have proven that they can have that over-the-top or backdoor cut across to the paint every time. Not sure why that's just not called every single time down until someone stops it, and then that'll also open up the perimeter game. But they're, as we've seen, SAGU has not defended the perimeter game at all. They just say, hey, look, if you're going to beat us from the three, we're going to let you. But so far, the Lady Lions have been very fortunate that JBU didn't bring their A game from the perimeter today.
That may be what Coach Soderquist is talking about in his huddle. Maybe drawing up a couple more situations where they can run this play. Look for them maybe to run it here out of the timeout, as they had 60 seconds to talk about it, and they have possession. We'll see here in a sec. Ashley Williams bringing up the ball. Over to Dynas, down low to Bailey Cameron. Kicks it out to Orpo. Orpo for three is up, no good. Rebound, Dottie Diggles, and that's a big stop for the Lady Lions after that turnover and coming out of the timeout.
Huge, and they're going to say we're going to live by that three-point shot because that's what's gotten us where we are right now. And in some ways, you cannot blame a coach for sticking to what has gotten you here. But I mean, you got to be able to adapt during the game and see. Man, they just cannot stop us cutting to the basket.
Kenzie Martin gets nabbed for the offensive foul here. Trying to fight for position. Looks like she hooked the defender, Orpo. And that's another turnover here for the Lady Lions. Too many turnovers here in the fourth quarter for SAGU. Down low is Cameron, guarded by Diggles. Kicks it out to Williams. Three-pointer on the way is good. Sarah Williams.
And this is what we're talking about. We know this is a very formidable shooting team from 3 points. And if you're not going to guard them, they're just going to continue to shoot. And like you say, the math will ultimately work out. so they shoot a worse percentage. They're just going to shoot more threes, and then next thing you know, you're dead.
Traveling violation on Taylor Sims.
2 unforced turnovers back-to-back for the Lady Lions.
Bailey Cameron over to Dynas. Dynas looks somebody guarded by Colbert. Pass out to Bailey Cameron, 15 on the shot clock. Sarah Williams over to Kimmy Dynas. Dynas driving baseline. Good pass out wide to Martin. Martin for 3 is good.
And this is, exactly what we were talking about.
Jordan Martin hits the three-pointer, and just like that, the Golden Eagles are out to a 9-point lead. Epple knocked out of bounds. SAGU keeps possession. Coming up on 4.5 left to play here in the final quarter. The Lady Lions find themselves down 9. Ebony Colbert forces a shot up. Looked a little awkward.
Almost went in.
Almost makes it. But now, John Brown in transition here.
There's the cut.
There's the backdoor cut. Sarah Williams, the Lady Lions are there for it. And they're going to say, it looks like Sarah Williams stepped out of bounds, trying to go up and under.
Yep, and that was right. She got a little push off there and got caught for it.
Oh, yeah, they did put the offensive foul on Sarah Williams, her second of the game. Lexi Rich checks back into the game for the Lady Lions. Kiara Glenn over to Martin. Mackenzie Martin for 3 is no good. Sydney Meter fighting for the rebound, but brought down by Kimmy Dynas. And John Brown getting stops on defense and then pulling in the rebounds, not allowing for second chance opportunities. Here's Dynas for 3, and it's good. Kimmy Dynas, 4 3-pointers in a row here for the Golden Eagles, puts them up 12.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you know. If you've scouted them at all, you know that they're deadly from the 3 just because they've been shooting bad. The averages will catch up. You're so far into the season now, you can see what you've got as a team, and those percentages are not going to vary much going up or down. This is a good average, and you know that if they've missed a lot early on, well, they're going to catch it back up, and they're going to hit those towards the end. And this is where you don't want them to hit. You've got to bear down and just play some gritty defense.
There you see a big number, points off turnover on the bottom of that graphic. JBU 24 to SAGU's 12, and you got to feel like the majority of that has come in this quarter. A lot of unforced turnovers for the Lady Lions has allowed JBU to jump out to a 12-point lead. SAGU, again, they tied it up in the third quarter, but just have not been good on offense here in the fourth.
Yeah, and, I wouldn't say that JBU has played spectacular defense, a lot of missed shots on SAGU's part, but they have played good defense and held a standard. They've stayed in that 55, well, not quite a 55, but at least a full half-court man-to-man, and they've handled the roles and really executed their assignments very well. And when they do get beat, they have excellent help methods. So they've done a good job, but nothing that I don't think SAGU couldn't overcome. They just haven't shot well.
Kiara Glenn gets it over to Lexi Rich. Rich makes a move to the basket. Here's Sydney Meter. Sydney Meter, tough shot, and it looks like it's blocked by Kimmy Dynas. And here comes Martin. Jordan Martin kicks it out to Bailey Cameron. Over to Sarah Williams, who's hit a big 3 in this fourth quarter. Back out to Cameron, and they're content to kind of just take as many seconds off this shot clock as possible.
Here, the over-the-top cut there, and good defense by Meter.
And a foul on Kenzie Martin, and that's going to give John Brown a fresh shot clock at 30 seconds. And they used almost every second here during this possession. There you see the foul, the reach-in on Martin. Sarah Williams kicks it over to Cameron. Reese to Martin, looking for that backdoor cut again. Here's a wide open 3 attempt, passes it up and gets it to her teammate, no good. And it's going to go out of bounds. Looks like she got it to Presley Reese. Bailey Cameron, one of the better shooters, the leading scorer on this team actually on the season. Passed up the three-point attempt for Reese, and she missed it. Glenn with about 2:45 left to play. Martin back over to Glenn. To Meter, down low to Diggles. And Diggles gets fouled. As she brought in that pass, gets fouled by Reese. That's Reese's second foul of the game.
Getting foul number 25, Presley Reese, her second foul.
Like she just got caught reaching on that entry pass. Here's Lexi Rich looking to drive baseline, goes back out top. Here's Meter. Looking to get it to Diggles. Gets deflected back to Meter. And then the pass ahead, Lexi Rich brings it in, but it's going to be a backcourt violation and another turnover for the Lady Lions.
And that's been one of the stories of the Lady Lions game today, is just lots of turnovers.
Bailey Cameron takes the inbound pass over to Martin. Reese almost has it stolen away by Kenzie Martin. Bailey Cameron guarded by Diggles. Reese to Williams, back down to Reese. Gets it stripped away by Lexi Rich and up ahead. The Lady Lions have a chance here. Looking for somebody. Glenn thankfully keeps it in bounds. Three-pointer from Glenn is good. Kiara Glenn finally getting a point on the board for the Lady Lions as they've gone through a drought. Pass down low to Reese. Good cutoff defense by Dottie Diggles, able to recover and be in the right position. What a pass and what a finish. Jordan Martin takes the Kimmy Dynas dime and finishes through contact to get the and one.
Yeah, that was just a great athletic play right there. She got in front. Meter got beat. She hasn't been beat too much. Maybe one of the only SAGU players that hasn't been beat all day, but got beat there and then just made the mistake of creating contact in desperation.
Jordan Martin misses the free throw, and then Kiara Glenn tries to come down, drive to the basket, but it looks like it was blocked. Just got enough of it to alter the shot and out of bounds off the hands of Dottie Diggles. And with 1:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter, JBU finds themselves up 11. Three-pointer on the way from Cameron is good. Bailey Cameron hits the three, and John Brown, there you see what we've talked about all night. So dangerous from the three-point line.
Yeah, I think they're shooting like 80% in this quarter from three-point.
And it's really extended their lead. Now they lead by 13. That ball is going to stay here with the Lady Lions, but SAGU, through 3 quarters of play, kind of allowed John Brown to shoot those three-pointers, but not working out in their favor here in the fourth. They let them be wide open, and they've converted.
Well, like we say, the numbers are the numbers. The averages usually play out, and you got to be very careful. They weren't. We had said it all game. They weren't going to miss for all 40 minutes.
Absolutely not, and it's come at the right time for John Brown, as there's 30 seconds left to play, and they're content to kind of just dribble this one out. They've got 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and they're going to most likely use every second they can. Bailey Cameron kicks it out to Dynas. 3, 2 on the shot clock, and a travel violation. The Lady Lions are going to get possession, but with 15 seconds here, it looks like John Brown is going to improve to 11-5 and 5-2 in conference, and the Lady Lions are going to fall to 6-8 and 3-5 in conference, as John Brown holds a 13-point lead.
Well, the youth of this this Lady Lions team is definitely showing in this game, and a lot of turnovers, which you expect from young players. But there's enough experience on that to overcome. They've got to cut those turnovers, those unforced turnovers, definitely at least in half. And then a lot better conversion. They're missing a lot of easy shots.
There we see Kiara Glenn go 0 for 2 that trip from the free throw line. And that is gonna do it. The John Brown Golden Eagles win 55-41, a 13-point victory for this Golden Eagles team, and they really turned it on there in the fourth quarter from the three-point line.
And we knew they were very capable. This is a really, really good John Brown Lady Eagles team. I expect to see them go very far in the conference tournament, and maybe even in a national bid.
They're going to be a fun team to watch if they can keep hitting these three-point shots. There you see the final stats for each team. The three-point percentage was close going into the second half, but John Brown really shot the lights out in that fourth quarter again, which gave them that 13-point victory. And really, that's all you can say about that fourth quarter. John Brown started to hit what they're known for in those three-point attempts.
Yeah, and that 32% is very deceiving, because that really came in a spectacular fourth quarter. First three quarters, just not shooting well at all.
And there you see the turnovers. The Lady Lions 26 to John Brown 17. And that's not going to win you many games if you lead that big in that category.
And I would say 20 of those 26 were unforced turnovers, and that just absolutely drives a coach crazy.
So again, the SAGU Lady Lions fall to 6-8, 3-5 in conference, and John Brown improves to 11-5 and 5-2 in conference. So they see themselves pretty comfortable there in the 3 spot. Of course, Oklahoma City's so good year in, year out, sitting at 6-0, USAO at 5-1. John Brown right there at 5-2. If the playoffs were to start today, or the postseason start today, SAGU is in as the 8th seed. But thankfully, it's a long season, a lot of games to play to end the year, especially in conference. We're excited to see how the Lady Lions can adjust after back-to-back losses here. Tough losses to Bacone and now John Brown. But in store for you, we have the John Brown Golden Eagles men's basketball team taking on your SAGU Lions, who coming off a 30-point victory against Bacone. This one's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to just go ahead and call it. It's going to be a barn burner, Adam.
We will see. You're in store here for Game 2 of our doubleheader between John Brown and SAGU right here on the SAGU Sports Network.